But before we get to that, Matt, we have a really interesting and important story out of South Dakota here, out of Rapid City, if I recall correctly. Um, would you like me to set it up? Yeah, we have it right here. Um, I mean, if you want to take us through the title, I can give people the kind of background about the incident.
Yeah, so NDN Collective, who's also been organizing some of the response to this incident, has this article here. Tribal leaders of the Oceti Sakowin, as pronounced, deliver notice of trespass and eviction notice to Grand Gateway Hotel. Citing Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868, five tribal leaders of the Oceti Sakowin, the seven council fires of, in parentheses, the seven council fires of the Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota nations, led a march on Saturday in Rapid City, delivering a notice of trespass and posting it on the door of the Grand Gateway Hotel. Now, before like Joe Rogan gets involved and says, "Oh, this is them turning against all white people. What's going on here?" Um, do you want to explain that part, David?
Yeah, because I mean, it's just a nasty story that is unfortunately not very unique. Um, but in Rapid City, there is a hotel that has a sports bar in it, um, where there was an incident, serious enough. Somebody got shot. Um,
Important point to make here, which is that because so much of what we talk about with regards to problems with society is driven by political campaigns,
mhm.
we there's this idea suggest created in people's minds that crime is only rising in places like Chicago and New York City and Los Angeles. Actually, it's pretty much everywhere. Omaha,
Yeah,
right? Like a lot of pretty much everywhere, and it's because surprise, there's a pandemic going on, and like what have we been talking about all night? We're putting the force to people when we should be meeting their needs instead, but we need to drive them back into the workplace. So of course you're going to have a whole bunch of strife, right? Like we've basically left people to fend for themselves, except for a nice sizable check, relatively like what this country does here or there. Like, and also look, not to endorse any sort of like Bloombergian gun control stuff. Guns don't make places safer.
no.
They just don't.
Mm.
And so this is the problems that are frankly like endemic to America, that we have to deal with. Uh, and so like that's a point that needs to be made is violence is going up everywhere.
Well, here's how not to deal with it. Um,
Yeah.
so this hotel here, and this is from a piece in HuffPost. South Dakota tribal leaders say hotel banning Native Americans is trespassing by Andre Ellington. And let's just get to the main bit here. So there was a shooting that happens, and this bar owner goes out on Facebook and also sent a bunch of people emails. As well, going back to the beginning of the episode. And it's Connie Uri. I hope I'm saying that right, but I don't care too much.
Uri, yeah,
Um,
that's a very Dakota name, white person name.
but here's their Facebook post. Due to the killing that took place on the Grand Gateway at the Grand Gateway Hotel on March 19th at 4 a.m., plus all the vandalism we have had since the mayor and police department are working with the nonprofit organization Dark Money. What are they? Who are they talking about there? I will say I'm no expert as to what's going on local politics there, but I would be curious to see, if the mayor and the government in that city is particularly radical leftists. I'd be a bit
No, I mean,
surprised.
yeah, I mean, typically they probably have like a genuine or like a like sort of public sensitivity to Native folks. Like this is Mayor Steve Allender, coming say pointing this out right now. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen what the suggestion of the nonprofit organization in
Nobody
quotes
knows from
dark
everything I've
money
read,
is. Yeah,
which is
exactly.
about
I'm
fair game
wondering.
for unhinged Facebook rants. Uh,
I know that's the interesting thing is like where, but and the only where other place I've heard that is in all the stuff for Ketanji Brown Jackson, and the confirmation hearings is they've said like she's got dark money. So I don't know if she's just decided to use that attack or but whatever, right? Like ridiculous that because you know what she can't say, because she can't say the mayor defunded the police because all these places where violence is going up that hadn't happened any place
yeah.
anyway. So
So here's the
we
bit
will
that
know. Yeah, here's the bit.
Yeah, I mean, here's the bit. that rightfully has gotten them into hot water. We will no longer allow any Native American on property or in Cheer Sports Bar. Natives killing natives. Ranchers and travelers will receive a very special rate of $59 a night, book direct. And the mayor called them out, and as have many other people in the community, for it. I mean, and that's just like a rich cultural historical, comment. Frankly, one, just explicit racism against Native people, and two, trying to like incentivize the image that they're trying to play into. If like a white rancher is more than welcome to come and stay there and even save a little bit of money doing so, while they will argue that they're going to bar Native Americans from the property. And we have this video here, and we could talk a little bit about the response, but um, it just should be noted that, one, there is an active lawsuit against the hotel, and while the son of this hotel owner has said nobody has actually been denied, she got upset and made a mistake. That is not the case. That is not what we're hearing from people on the ground. I believe the Indian Collective also has gotten audio of Native people basically being told that they're not allowed to book at the
Right.
hotel. But the response here has been pretty swift and impressive, I must say. So that is, people there serving an eviction notice to the hotel, because they argue the hotel is now in violation of treaties with the Great Sioux Nation, for denying Native people access to the hotel.
I mean, I think that's I consider that justice, and yeah, sounds great to me.
The treaty. This is from the HuffPost piece. Um, the treaty with the Sioux, April 29th, 1868. The treaty states that no white person or persons shall be permitted to settle upon or occupy any portion of the land north of the North Platte River, or east of the summits of the Bighorn Mountains, or without the consent of the Indians first had and obtained to pass through the same. The Great Sioux Nation is
Yeah, I mean,
instructing the Grand Gateway Hotel to evacuate immediately.
yeah, like all these treaties, like basically a way to like figure out how to get the sort of infrastructure of settlement protected in ways that were, yeah, like negotiated advantageously for the U.S. In its own right, and then also not honored by the U.S. despite that those advantageous negotiating position sort of postures. So I think that's great. I think there should be more honoring of those sorts of and invoking, as I mean, Native folks do. I don't need to tell them to invoke treaties anymore, but a great understanding of what it actually means, and actually how it's not just some relic of history, and people aren't
Mm-hmm.
on some sort of like Nick Cage esque journey into historical documents. Like this stuff should matter.
Mm-hmm.
It should be made to matter, and it can be made to matter in our court system if there's a will, a people's will that uh, you know is behind it. So yeah, that's great.
Absolutely, we need much more of it.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, this has been a very jam-packed opening show, but we got a hell of a lot more in the post game. Join us at patreon.com/left reckoning. We'll see you, I think, promptly this time at 9 Central for the post game. So leave us some voicemails in the meantime, and we'll see you all in about half an hour.
Yeah, check out the voicemails. Look at that. 1-940-289-7234. 940-289-7234.
All right, see y'all
That's
soon.
it. See you, folks.